Hello friends, this is my 2019 Jeep Wrangler Sahara, and when I bought this, one of the things that I regret not doing is buying the LED package. Without the LED package, this is what you get. These are really crappy halogens that you get, and when they turn on, it just destroys the look of the vehicle. So what I'm trying to do is upgrade those to LED. I've already done this for one side, the passenger side. These have been updated to LED, and it's not that difficult to get that done. It's just a little bit of patience and tools, but the satisfaction that you're gonna get once you have upgraded your DRLs to LED, it's unmatched. All your hard work is gonna pay off. So let me just turn these on just for the comparison sake. You can actually see the difference. First I'm going to turn on the DRL, and that will be followed by the blinkers. So let me just go and turn them on. Let me just go and grab this. Here you go. Let's see how it looks now. Let me just go a little closer. Look at that. That's so nice. Now let me just go and focus on the halogen side. This is crappy. This is so bad that you would want to get them out as soon as possible. Now let me turn the blinkers. This is amazing. The LED is amazing. I highly regret not going with the LED package when I bought the vehicle, but I think eventually this is going to look beautiful once I have the driver's side change as well. So you can see the LED one is amazing. Now let's see the other one. Oh my god, this is the worst that money can buy. This is really bad. The comparison, you can see. Look at that LED. Awesome. So let's go ahead and try to change the other one as well. It's a lengthy process. We'll go over it. I want to do this without removing the fender, so that's where it takes a little bit more time, but I think it's worth it. I don't want to remove the fender and do the job. I would rather keep that out there and change it. Okay, so to get to the DRL, you have to remove the fender liner. So this fender liner is attached to the Jeep with different kinds of fasteners. So you have these plastic rivets. Then, if you can see, let me just try and focus it. You can see that hex bolt out there. So there are few of those. Then you have these Christmas tree push pins. That's out there. And then you have one of these. So this is basically a rivet. Not exactly a rivet, it's kind of weird. It's kind of it screws, but it has its own housing. So the housing and the screw is together. So that's about it. I would need both my hands to remove this. it's a little time consuming, knowing that you have like different types of fasteners and some rivets that you have to sacrifice. Like you cannot save them, you have to basically break it, especially this one breaks, and then like 1 2 3, these 3 goes, the rest are not tied to the fender liner. So let me get started with that. Once I have this removed, then we will take a look what's inside. This is the first step. We have to get the fender liner out so that you can work with it. The DRLs, they start from here, then a harness goes all the way behind this fender liner, and there is a socket out here that it connects for power. So we have to remove the fender liner, remove the harness all the way, then we have to remove this DRL. As you can see, the fender liner is out now. It's completely removed. It gives me a lot of room to work on the DRL. So you can see I put some rivets out there, and these are the 3 screws. They shorter one compared to the others. You can see here, this one's a little shorter than the other. So the shorter one actually goes in the front out here, on top of that fender liner. So I think when I did the other one, I kind of messed up, but shouldn't be an issue. So now, if you can see, that's the harness that I was talking about. Then this goes all the way up. There are like push rivets that hold this harness, and you can see the DRL out there. So at this point you would think that okay, the hard part is done, right? I'm sad to say it's not true. The biggest challenge is to get this guy out. So this is a flap that kind of like tucks up between that metal piece of the body and the exoframe of the DRL. So we need to get that out. So to get that out, there is one push rivet here, and then I think I have some screws to take out, 3 screws and this push rivet. So that should bring it. This is by far the most tricky and difficult part. When I start working on removing that panel, I'll make a video, because that's one thing I feel is missing on YouTube. Nobody has filmed that yet, but like that's not very intuitive. Once you start on that, you would realize that okay, is this really gonna work? So once I get there, I'll make a video of that. So this is it. We're very close to get the LED DRL installed. I'll disconnect the harness, do a dry run of the LED, see if it works, and then start installing it. Out there, it's pretty dark. I'll use some light out there. As you can see, I connected it there, and we have light. So good sign. Now I'll start working on installing this. So here we are. We have removed all the screws, all the hex bolts, all the rivets, and this is what I was talking about. So this is tucked in so tight you can actually see the fender move. So the trick is you have to hold this with both your hands, this one, both your hands, while you lift the fender a bit and then pull it down. So then this will flap open and you'll have the DRL exposed. You can just remove. So let me do that. So once again, you have to lift the fender up a bit, pull this puppy down, and it will require some force. Initially I thought that I might break something, but I think it's just the way it is. It's plastic, fairly flexible, so let's see, let me give it a shot. So here you are, I pulled it down. You can see this thing, this is the flap, just tucked over this metal thing and between this exo frame for the DRL. Oh, this is satisfaction. This is the hardest part of all the things. Once you know the trick, I think it's no longer hard, but when I first did it, I had no clue like how do I pull it out, because look at this. This is kind of like molded to slide into this gap and then get screwed to this with the frame. I think like that's the reason why probably people remove the fender and do the job, because that would make it so much easier. But the thing that worried me to remove the fender was those white little clips. So these what scared me. I was worried if I break those I won't be able to put the fender back, so I went with this route. Perfect. So I have like few more screws to go, 1 2 3 4. Then this piece is gonna come out, but before I can bring this out I have to pull the exo frame. So you can see the exo frame is all detached. The only thing that's holding it now is this rivet. So I have to basically cut this rivet out. This is one of those sacrificial ones, like you cannot save this. Okay, so once I get this out, the exoskeleton out, I will start working on the harness. So once you remove this exo frame from there, finally you have the DRL. So these are the last 4, actually 5. There's one hidden one. There's a hidden one out here. So this is for the side markers, but yes. So these last 5 are the ones that you have to remove and the DRL will be out, and you can swap it with the LED one. So let me just get these out and put the LED one in, and we'll see from there. So I have every screw removed, but one thing to note here is the DRLs are actually glued. So as you can see, the play that you see out there is because of a double-sided 3M tape between the top of the fender and the actual DRL. So be careful, don't nick the paint. Slowly work at it and remove the glue. You can choose to put a double-sided tape on the LED one and put it out there, or you can just leave it. Mine was from a newer 2020 Jeep. It was pulled out of a 2020 Jeep. So in that process the double-sided tape kind of like lost its stickiness. So I might try to find something at home. If I don't have, I don't think it's that important. Like over a period the 3M glue is gonna get weaker and dust is anyways gonna get in. These are anyway sealed, so it shouldn't impact the lights. So here you are. You have the halogen one and you have the LED one. The LED one looks much more refined with two strips, and halogen one looks like two compartments with two different colored bulbs. One has the yellow one and the other one has the clear one. So I did find some 3M tape, but I'm still speculating should I even like bother putting it. The whole idea of like, I don't know why FCA thought that they would put like a strip of double-sided tape and put it out there in the fender. Looks like an afterthought. These are a few things that you would see in the JLs, like a lot of places where there are like soft foam put in between cracks and door hinges to make it waterproof. Looks like afterthought, but it works, so I have no complaints. So let me just go and install the LED one, connect it, and wrap this up. So as you can see, the fender liner is back. The only thing remaining now is these rivets. There are 1, 2, 3 and 4 rivets, and I did break some of the Christmas tree push clips. So for now I'm just gonna I just have the rivets for now. I don't have those Christmas tree push pins. So this is what I have. So if you see, this is something that I actually got from Harbor Freight. So this is the rivet gun. It's for the poly rivets. These are the poly or plastic rivets. So I actually went to the dealership to buy these, and they were charging $3 for one. So I ended up buying from Harbor Freight, which was like 40 of these, different sizes of course, and the rivet gun for 13 bucks with that 20% off that they always have. So I think that's a better bet, and let me just install this and we can call it a day. So the installation is finally done. As you can see, both fenders now have LED. Now let me just turn on the DRLs and see how they look. So there you are, crisp LED light. Wow, this is so good. The only thing that I lack now are LED headlights and LED fog lights. So those are still halogen, but look at these. They are awesome, especially when you're driving during the daytime. The headlights are not going to turn on anyways, so the only light that you will have is the white DRL, and of course when you turn on the lane change indicators like right, left, you are going to get that LED turn signals as well. So that's good. So far it was pretty good. It took some time. I did it over 2 nights. I did the passenger side first, followed by the driver side. But it was very satisfying. I'm very happy how it came out. Let me just turn on the blinkers as well and see how they look. So yes, they are awesome. Okay friends, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this is gonna help you do your own upgrades as well if you too are stuck like me with your halogens. It's really good how it came out. I hope like you can use this video as a reference when you do your own upgrade. Thanks a lot guys, have a good rest of the week.